Viollis is a CBS News law enforcement analyst and CEO of Viollis Group International. Paul, good morning.
Good morning, Charlie.
Where are we in terms of the search for motive?
We are a lot closer than we were in the beginning of the week. Not to be cryptic, but we still have a long road to go. Specifically, we have learned a considerable amount about the behavioral characteristics of the shooter. Paddock has, through interviews, we're learning with respect to his mental state. We're confirming there was mental illness and mental anguish. We're understanding more and more about where he was placing his mindset with regarding to the acquisition of weapons, the positioning of his girlfriend. So a lot is actually coming to play right now where the profile is being built neatly, and they're building further into that violence.
I assume it's a girlfriend, but others as well.
Yes, no question. They're family members, co-workers, and now they're going to start to go back to Florida, what we were talking about before, where he lived for a long period of time. And they're going to get into the mental state there and looking for the impetus, something that created a change in him that sparked this movement and this planning.
What do you make about the girlfriend? You were with us on Monday as this story was breaking where we really knew nothing. But in the beginning, when we first heard her name, she said she didn't know anything. She was very surprised. She thought when he sent the money to her, maybe he was breaking up. Now she's saying, well, there were some mental health issues that I was concerned about. What do you make about her?
You know what, Gayle? I think that she's really interesting. I think she's giving a little pieces of information at a time. I think she's really afraid to tell the truth. She's not being forthright because she's afraid she may get into trouble. She lawyered up immediately, which is a sign to me automatically. But the first part here is the fact that she's giving pieces of mental illness now that to her were blatant and overt.
But she never said that before.
But she never said that before. So she's giving investigators little pieces at a time. What I truly believe is that, and if I was interviewing her, I think where I would be going with this, sort of like the parent and the child. She's given mom a little bit at a time because she thinks she's not going to get into trouble that way. Eventually, she's going to have to come out and really explain how much she actually knew. Gayle, you simply can't acquire 47 weapons, most of which long guns, store them in a house that you live in and say, I didn't know.
And how much, this is someone with a lot of material wealth, planes, apartments, how much is the money trail going to be useful in determining a motive?
Considerable. And Alex, that is really the most poignant point of this, too, as we talk to our viewers about the process and how long this is going to take. Remember, if we were marker boarding this, you've got ATF that's tracking all of those firearms. And then you've got the financial component the FBI is clearly doing on the forensic accounting side, following where he spent money, where he wired money, who did he wire it to, who are they? Who are they affiliated with? And that in itself, the process of interviewing each person. Then once they interview them, more people will come out of those interviews. So that is going to be key in deciding really what the impetus was and who inspired him.
And authorities certainly know more than they're telling us at this time.
There's no question about that, Gayle. That's a safe bet.
Thank you very much, Paul.
Yes, ma'am. My pleasure.